Mila's Midnight Marvels, the tiny adventurer. In a large, bustling city, where tiny stars peeked out from behind soft, fluffy clouds, lived a small mouse named Mila in her cozy underground home. Mila was not like other mice who liked to stay hidden in warm, dark places like attics or basements. Mila always heard human voices above her home and wanted to go explore the city on her own. She dreamed of seeing every corner of the city, feeling the breeze on her face, and finding new places no mouse had ever found before. Tonight, when the city started to glow with lots of little lights, like tiny stars on the ground, Mila knew it was time for an adventure. She found a small hole and squeezed through it. This hole was the start of a secret path under the city, a maze of pipes that went everywhere. Mila thought of it as her very own super-fast road, one that could take her to all the places she wanted to see. As Mila went through the pipes, she felt excited. She imagined the different smells, sights, and friends she might find on her journey. I have a feeling that tonight is going to be special. She moved quickly, her little feet tapping softly on the cool, damp ground. The sounds of the city above her were low, but Mila could feel the vibrations of life all around. She knew she was about to see parts of the city that no other mouse had seen. And maybe, just maybe, she'd find something truly amazing. Mila's eyes sparkled with curiosity and wonder as she dashed forward. What will I find tonight? She wondered, eager to uncover the secrets of the city. Each pipe led to a new adventure, and Mila was ready for them all. This story is just beginning, and Mila's adventures are about to unfold in ways she never imagined. Let's follow her journey that takes her from the familiar corners of her world into the vast unknown, all within the span of a single magical night. And find out where Mila's curiosity and brave heart will take her next. Mila's first adventure took her to the zoo, a place filled with all sorts of fascinating animals. But there was one animal she was most eager to see: the mighty lion. When she found him, he was fast asleep under the moonlight. Mila had recently heard a bedtime story about a lion and a mouse, and thought it would be a wonderful idea to share it with the sleeping lion. Gathering her courage, Mila began to squeak out the story, her tiny voice filled with excitement. She spoke of bravery, friendship, and kindness, hoping to share a bit of magic with the lion. But as her story went on, her squeaks grew louder until they finally woke the lion up. The lion, surprised and a bit grumpy from being woken up, let out a big roar. Mila was so startled by the roar that she forgot all about her story. Her heart raced, and without thinking twice, she turned around and ran as fast as her little mouse legs could carry her, away from the roaring lion and back to safety. It was an adventure Mila would never forget. The day she tried to tell a bedtime story to a lion and ended up running from his roar. But even then, Mila couldn't help but laugh at the excitement of it all. After her fun visit to the zoo, Mila's adventure led her to another amazing place. It was a grand theater standing tall in the heart of the city. The theater, with its bright lights and big doors, looked like a castle from a fairy tale. Feeling a spark of excitement, Mila couldn't resist. She tiptoed inside, her heart filled with curiosity. Inside the theater, Mila found a world of wonder. There were costumes of every color you could imagine, and wigs that looked like they could tell stories of their own. Mila felt like she had discovered a treasure chest of dreams. She couldn't help but try on some of the costumes: a shiny princess dress, a pirate's hat, and even a cloak that made her feel like a wizard. Each costume took her to a new adventure, a new story. Then, Mila found herself on the grand stage, under the spotlight. She sang with all her might, her voice echoing through the theater, filling it with joy and music. She danced, twirling and jumping, letting the music guide her steps. Mila felt like she was the star of her own show, and for a moment, the theater was alive with her energy and happiness. Mila's visit to the theater was a magical experience. She had sung like a nightingale, danced with the stars, and lived 1,000 stories through the costumes. As she stepped out of the theater, back into the night, Mila carried with her the joy and the magic of the stage, a beautiful memory of her incredible journey through the city. After her trip to the amazing theater, Mila went on to the big green park in the middle of the city. It was night, and the air smelled like flowers. She saw duck families cuddling together by the water. Lying on the grass, Mila looked up at the stars and felt happy and peaceful, like she was part of everything. It was a huge place with lots of grass that shone in the moonlight. The wind made the trees whisper, and it felt like they were telling Mila secrets. She took a deep breath, closed her eyes, and felt very calm, like she was a part of the big, wide world. The sound of laughter and music then drew Mila towards the city center, alive with vibrant nightlife. The streets beamed with energy, and Mila, hidden in the shadows, watched in awe. She stumbled upon a corner where a kind vendor had left some crumbs. It was a feast fit for a tiny princess, and Mila relished every bite, feeling the heartbeat of the city pulse around her. As Mila Mouse hurried through the bustling city streets, she stumbled upon a small bird with a hurt wing. The bird was trying to fly, but couldn't, and was in pain. Mila knew she had to help. Even though she was just a tiny mouse, Mila had a big heart. Without a second thought, Mila approached the bird gently, whispering words of comfort. She looked around and found some soft leaves and a twig. With care, she used the leaves to cushion the bird's wing and the twig to keep it steady. The bird looked at Mila with grateful eyes, and Mila felt happy she could help. Mila stayed with the bird, keeping it company until the bird started to feel better. That day, Mila learned that no matter how small you are, you can always make a big difference by helping others. She continued her adventure in the city, ready to help anyone else in need, proving that even the smallest acts of kindness can bring happiness and pride. Going ahead, Mila found something surprising. A big bus with its door wide open, just waiting there like it was inviting her for a new adventure. Without thinking twice, Mila, the curious little mouse, hopped right in. Just as she got comfortable, the door closed with a soft whoosh, and the bus started moving. Mila's heart danced with excitement. She was going on a ride around the city. The bus zoomed through the streets, taking Mila past places she had never seen so closely. The buildings were tall, and the lights were like stars fallen to the ground. Mila felt as if she was on a magical journey, seeing her city in a whole new way. She decided to climb to the top of the bus, where she could see everything even better. From up there, the city was even more beautiful. The wind felt nice and cool, and the city lights twinkled, making Mila feel like she was part of something big and wonderful. Mila was so happy. feeling the bus move under her paws and seeing all the sights. She saw parks and bridges, and even a river that shone under the moonlight. The bus ride felt like a dream, showing her all the city's secrets. Finally, the bus ride came to an end. The door opened, and Mila hopped out, back into the night. She was a little sad that the ride was over, but she was also very happy. She had seen so many beautiful things and felt the magic of the city all around her. Mila knew she would remember this bus ride adventure forever. She hopped on into the pipes again. As Mila scampered along, her tiny mouse feet took her to a narrow alley. It was a bit scary because it was so quiet and dark. But Mila was curious, so she kept going. That's when she saw something that made her heart jump. A big, fluffy cat. The cat was sleeping, looking like a big ball of fur. Mila knew she should be quiet and careful because cats and mice are not the best of friends. But Mila was a very brave mouse. She tiptoed past the cat, trying not to make a sound. But then, oh no, Mila accidentally stepped on a crunchy leaf. Crunch. The sound was so loud in the quiet alley. The cat woke up. Its big eyes opened and it looked right at Mila. Mila's heart started racing super fast. She knew she had to run. So she did. Mila ran as fast as her little legs could carry her. She dashed past old cans and jumped over small puddles that sparkled in the moonlight. The cat started chasing her, but Mila was quick and nimble. It was like a game of tag, but much more thrilling. Mila felt a mix of fear and excitement. She zigzagged through the alley, her heart pounding with the joy of the chase. The cat was big and fast, but Mila was small and smart. She found a tiny gap between two trash cans and squeezed through. The cat couldn't follow her there. Mila had escaped. She took a moment to catch her breath in the safety of the shadows. Mila's heart was still beating fast, but she was safe now. She giggled, thinking about her narrow escape. It was scary, but also kind of fun. Mila felt proud of herself. She was a tiny mouse, but she had outsmarted a big cat. After running away from the big, fluffy cat, Mila, our tiny and brave mouse friend, felt her heart still going thump-thump very fast. She needed to find a quiet place to rest and catch her breath. So, she decided to go to a small hill right at the edge of the city where she lived. Climbing the hill wasn't easy for a little mouse like Mila, but she was determined. She wanted to see the city from up high. When she finally reached the top, Mila saw the most beautiful sight. The city below looked like a giant, sparkling blanket made of tiny lights and dark spots. It was like looking at a treasure map filled with secret stories waiting to be discovered. Mila sat down, her tiny mouse paws tucked under her, and looked out at the big city. From up here, the city seemed so quiet and peaceful, not scary at all. Mila felt like she was the only one in the whole wide world who knew about this special spot. She felt tiny, like a speck of dust, but also very special because she could see something so beautiful. The lights twinkled like stars on the ground, and the shadows looked like hidden places where adventures waited. Mila imagined what each light could mean. Maybe one was a family having dinner, another could be a birthday party, and another light might be someone reading a bedtime story. As Mila sat on the hill, she felt calm and happy. The fast beats of her heart slowed down. She breathed in the cool night air and felt very proud of herself. She had seen a part of the city no other mouse had seen before. She had her own story to tell now. Mila decided that this hill would be her secret place, where she could come whenever she wanted to think or just look at the beautiful lights. She imagined coming back here with some of her mouse friends and telling them about her adventures. They would all sit together, looking at the lights and telling stories. After spending some time on the hill, Mila climbed down the hill, feeling much braver and happier than before. The city didn't seem so big and scary now. It felt like a place full of adventures, and Mila was ready to explore more of it. And down she went through the pipes again. When she peeked out, Mila saw that she was on a farm. Under the big, bright moon, Mila met some new friends. There were big cows and fluffy sheep. They were so big compared to tiny Mila. But they were friendly and looked at her with their big, sleepy eyes, as if they were saying hello. The farm smelled like fresh hay, and it was very quiet, except for the soft sounds of the animals breathing and moving a little in their sleep. Mila walked very quietly so she wouldn't wake them up. She felt very happy and safe at the farm. It was so different from the busy, noisy city where she lived. As Mila walked around, she felt like the farm was a special place just for her. It was peaceful and calm, and she loved the smell of the earth and the hay. The horses, pigs, and chicken were so gentle and calm, and Mila felt like she belonged there. It was a beautiful night, and Mila felt lucky to have found such a peaceful place to visit. Mila loved the farm and the gentle giants who lived there. She promised herself that she would come back to visit her new friends again. The farm was a wonderful place for an adventure, and Mila couldn't wait to come back. In an unexpected twist to her city adventures, her next stop turned out to be the Grand Clock Tower. Driven by curiosity and the thrill of adventure, she wanted to climb the tower. As she reached the summit, Mila stumbled upon the tower's massive bell. Fascinated by its size and the role it played in marking time for the entire city, Mila couldn't resist the urge to get a closer look. Without realizing the consequences, Mila accidentally set the bell swinging, and to her surprise, it let out a loud, echoing bong that resonated throughout the city. The sound was so unexpected and loud that it caused a ripple of confusion and disturbance among the city's residents. Many people woke up, wondering why the bell was ringing at such an unusual time. Mila, realizing the chaos she had unintentionally caused, felt a mix of excitement and worry. She had never imagined her adventure would lead to such a memorable moment. As the bell continued to ring, Mila took a moment to marvel at the view of the city below, now buzzing with curiosity and surprise, before quickly running away, her heart racing with the thrill of her unintended adventure. Next, Mila traveled a little far to find herself coming out into the neighboring woods. This forest was full of really tall trees that seemed to touch the sky, and the stars looked down through the branches. The air moved softly, making the leaves whisper secret stories. Mila could hear crickets singing. Mila walked deeper into the forest. It was like stepping into a magic place. Mila saw deer sleeping. They were a little scary because they were so big, but they also made the forest feel wild and free. Mila wasn't scared. She felt like she was part of this big, beautiful place too. It was as if the forest and all its animals were singing a song just for her, and she felt very close to the earth. The forest was peaceful and had a kind of quiet magic that made Mila feel happy and calm inside. On the next hop out, Mila finds herself in the big kitchen of a family. The moon casts a gentle glow through a window, spotlighting the prize of Mila's mission, a glorious piece of cheese, the cheddar of legends. Mila's tiny heart races with excitement as she navigates the kitchen terrain, avoiding traps and obstacles with the grace of a seasoned explorer. With a belly full of cheese and a heart full of dreams, Mila noticed that dawn had begun to paint the sky with strokes of pink and gold. She made her way back through the drainage pipes, her heart overflowing with the night's wonders. Mila had traveled far and wide, seen marvels beyond her wildest dreams, and felt the pulse of the city in 1,000 different ways. Mila learned something important that night. Even when you're small, you can do big things if you're brave. She also learned that the city is full of surprises, some a little scary, but all part of the adventure. Back in her cozy bed, Mila realized that adventure wasn't just about the places you go. It was about seeing the ordinary through eyes of wonder, about finding magic in the beauty of nature. And as she drifted off to sleep, her dreams were a kaleidoscope of all she had seen and felt, a reminder that even the smallest among us can have the grandest adventures. The end.